In the shadows of the Pacific, beneath waves that shimmer deceptively calm, an invisible battlefront is forming. As tensions escalate across the Taiwan Strait, a new dimension of warfare is quietly taking shape, not in the air or cyberspace, but underwater. Taiwan is building what some analysts call a Sea Drone Armada, a fleet of unmanned underwater and surface vehicles designed to act as the island's silent shield against China's vastly superior naval force. In a conflict where every second and every meter of sea could determine survival, these autonomous sea drones might become Taiwan's most powerful equalizer in an uneven war. For decades, Taiwan's defense strategy leaned heavily on conventional deterrence, fighter jets, surface ships, and ground-based missiles. But as China's navy ballooned into the world's largest by ship count, Taipei realized it could never match Beijing vessel for vessel. Instead of chasing parity, Taiwan began embracing asymmetry, fighting smarter, not bigger. The rise of artificial intelligence and unmanned systems offered the perfect answer. By deploying small, stealthy, and network sea drones capable of surveillance, reconnaissance, and even lethal strikes, Taiwan could turn its surrounding waters into a digital minefield of autonomous guardians. These sea drones, ranging from torpedo-sized underwater vehicles to small surface craft, are built to operate in swarms. Their primary purpose is not only to attack but to overwhelm, flooding China's invasion routes with hundreds or thousands of smart, coordinated machines. Each drone, guided by AI and pre-programmed mission parameters, can identify, track, and engage targets autonomously or semi-autonomously. Imagine dozens of underwater drones lying dormant near Taiwan's coastlines, waiting for Chinese amphibious assault ships. Once detected, they could spring to life, communicate through acoustic modems, and coordinate attacks without a single human command in real time. In a high-speed invasion scenario, this could be Taiwan's ultimate force multiplier. China, of course, is not unaware of this development. The People's Liberation Army Navy has invested heavily in anti-submarine warfare, underwater sensors, and unmanned systems of its own. The undersea front is becoming an arms race of autonomy, algorithms versus algorithms, sonar deception versus AI-driven detection. Chinese warships could use underwater drones to scout Taiwan's defenses, while Taiwan's autonomous fleets could ambush intruding vessels using coordinated maneuvers and predictive analytics. The battle would unfold largely unseen, with victory determined by whose machines can think faster, hide better, and adapt more intelligently. The technology driving Taiwan Sea drones is remarkably sophisticated. Many are equipped with synthetic aperture sonar, advanced lithium-based power systems, and adaptive navigation algorithms capable of operating without GPS, a vital feature in electronic warfare environments. Some prototypes are even designed to surface periodically, connect to satellites, update mission data, and submerge again, a behavior mimicking natural marine life to evade detection. These drones can be deployed from ports, ships, or even disguised civilian vessels, creating uncertainty for Chinese naval planners. If every fishing boat could potentially release an autonomous weapon, the cost and complexity of any blockade or invasion would skyrocket for Beijing. Strategically, Taiwan's underwater fleet fits into what defense planners call the Porcupine strategy. The idea is not to defeat China outright, but to make an invasion prohibitively costly and complex. If Chinese landing craft and warships risk being destroyed by invisible underwater drones before they even reach Taiwan's beaches, the deterrence effect is enormous. In essence, Taiwan Sea drones aim to deny China uncontested access to its coastal waters. By leveraging AI and autonomous warfare, Taipei transforms its maritime domain into a digital fortress, unpredictable, unmapped, and lethal. However, this strategy is not without challenges. Autonomous warfare raises serious questions about command, control, and accountability. If a sea drone makes a targeting error, say, mistaking a neutral commercial vessel for an enemy ship, who bears responsibility? Moreover, underwater communication remains inherently difficult. Radio waves do not travel well through water, and acoustic communications are slow and vulnerable to interference. This means many of Taiwan's drones must rely on pre-programmed mission logic and limited human oversight. Striking the right balance between autonomy and control will determine whether these machines act as precise defenders or dangerous loose cannons. China, meanwhile, is rapidly advancing its countermeasures. The plan operates fleets of anti-submarine aircraft, sonar arrays, and underwater listening stations stretching from the South China Sea to the East China Sea. It is developing its own autonomous undersea systems capable of hunting drones or mapping Taiwan's coastal defense zones. Beijing also benefits from scale. It can afford to lose dozens of sensors or drones in testing and still iterate faster than Taipei. In a prolonged conflict, China could deploy massive sensor grids, using AI to detect and predict drone swarms before they become a threat. The underwater front, like cyber warfare, will likely evolve into a constant battle of updates, patches, and counter-algorithms. Yet, Taiwan's geographic advantage cannot be overstated. The Taiwan Strait is narrow, only about 130 kilometers at its widest, and filled with strong currents, shallow depths, and acoustic clutter. For large Chinese submarines and surface ships, this is a nightmare environment. For small, stealthy sea drones, it's paradise. The underwater topography gives Taiwan natural cover to hide its machines. A well-placed network of autonomous drones could monitor, report, and, if needed, attack targets within minutes of detection. Combined with land-based anti-ship missiles, coastal radars, and mines, these drones could make the strait nearly impossible during wartime. Beyond defense, Taiwan Sea Drone program sends a broader signal about the changing nature of warfare. It represents a shift from human-centric to machine-centric conflict, where AI-driven systems take on missions once reserved for submariners and sailors. This automation of deterrence could redefine naval strategy globally. The US, Japan, and Australia, all closely watching Taiwan's developments, are exploring similar systems for their navies. The undersea frontier may soon be populated by fleets of autonomous machines patrolling not just for enemies, but for data dominance, surveillance, and digital territory control. At a deeper level, this underwater arms race reflects the growing fusion of civilian and military technology. Many of Taiwan sea drones are derived from commercial underwater vehicles used for ocean research or seabed mapping. By adapting off-the-shelf technologies and integrating open-source AI software, Taiwan can innovate rapidly without massive defense budgets. This democratization of warfare, where even small nations can develop potent autonomous arsenals, signals a world where size no longer guarantees dominance. In the end, Taiwan Sea Drone Armada symbolizes a broader truth about 21st century defense. Technology is a great equalizer, but autonomy is a double-edged sword. As AI infiltrates the oceans, decisions once made by admirals and captains will increasingly be made by algorithms operating faster than human comprehension. Whether this ensures security or unleashes new forms of chaos depends not just on who has the smartest machines, but on who understands them best. The underwater frontline is no longer just a battlefield of steel and sonar. It's a contest of minds, data, and code, deep in the cold silence where the future of deterrence quietly swims. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for future updates. See you in the next video.